What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Countdown Scouting Network. I'm your host, Joey Garcia, and today we are going over the Denver Broncos 2023 NFL Draft Class, and we will be giving them a grade for each of their picks. I believe they had a lot of picks in this one, if I'm not mistaken. I think they had 13 or something like that. So let's go ahead and just get started. Their first pick was second round pick Marvin Mims at 63. He's a wide receiver from Oklahoma. He's 5'11", 180 pounds. He's purely a vertical route guy. Good rack if you get him the ball in space. Uh, his run after catch is really, really nice. And he's got solid hands. He doesn't really drop too many balls. The only issues I have with this is I think he's kind of small. And he's got a limited route tree, and he can't really beat press. So you're going to have to put him in the slot. That'll be nice. Put him in motion, put him in the slot, and just get him the ball out in space. And that's when he'll really work his magic. So I thought it was an okay pick. I thought it was a little bit of reach. I was thinking more of a third-round pick on him. But I do like Marvin Mims, and if I can get him in my dynasty draft, my rookie draft, I will get him. Probably looking at a mid-second round pick is where I'd get him in my dynasty draft. So I think that might be a little bit of a reach, but I like him, and I don't think Cortland Sutton's going to do too much. So let's go ahead and get to the next pick. There's way too many picks to be talking about dynasty, okay? Third round, Drew Sanders, linebacker from Arkansas. I gave this an A+. Um, you know, I don't like making the Micah Parsons comparison just because everyone does it. But again, this was a guy getting first round buzz. I think Andrew Van Ginkel is more of the comparison just because he's like a lesser version of Micah. James Houston is another one you can say. I think he was a seventh round pick for Detroit this last year, where he can play edge rusher, he can play up top as a stack linebacker. It's one of those athletic guys. So again, positional versatility. He's going to mostly play as that stack linebacker, but on third downs and you just want someone to go, he can rush off the edge. He's super athletic. He's also raw. He hasn't played that much edge. He played a little bit at Alabama, transferred to Arkansas, but he didn't play much because, again, there was Will Anderson and a couple other guys that were in front of him. Transferred to Arkansas, they asked him to play stand-up linebacker. He played stand-up linebacker, and you can tell he is new to that position, but there are flashes of greatness. Obviously, he still has to develop a little bit, but I like this. In the third round, you get an athletic freak like this, I would love it if my defense got something like this. Next, Riley Moss, cornerback from Iowa. I gave this a C-. I thought this was a little bit of a reach. I was thinking he was more of a late fourth, early fifth round guy. Again, in this draft class, once you get to the second round, it's kind of grab your guys whenever you can, just because it's such a wide draft class, I would say. So he's got good ball skills and he's really competitive. You could tell at the combine he was talking a little bit at the I think it was the Senior Bowl. If it wasn't the Senior Bowl, it was the NFL. What was the other bowl? The Shrine Bowl. It was one of those two bowls, and he was just talking a little bit of junk. And you love that in a corner. It's confidence, not cockiness. He's not a great man-to-man guy, and he kind of struggles in the run, but as a zone corner, and he is a corner, he can play safety a little bit, I think, but I think outside corner is where he's going to thrive in the NFL. So I gave it a C-. I thought it was a little bit of a reach, but I think he's a dog. The next player was all the way in the sixth round, so I guess that's why they reached a little bit on him in the third. Couldn't get what they wanted to trade back, so you have to get him or you're going to lose him. They got J.L. Skinner, the safety from Boise State. He's 6'4", 210 pounds. I gave this a B. I like this. He's very physical, and he's got a good motor. He's going to be a box safety. My cat's trying to get in this camera, so give her 1 second. He's going to be a box safety at the next level. Think about Jeremy Chin. Think about Kyle Duggar. Those kinds of guys, that's what he's going to be. He struggles to change direction a little bit. And you also don't ask him to guard man-to-man. It's kind of like Jamal Adams in that aspect where you want him down in the box, but you really don't want him to guard anyone better than like an average tight end. man-to-man. He can play zone, just don't ask him man-to-man. And then in the 7th round, they got Alex Forsyth. He was the center for Oregon. He's 6'3", 310 pounds. I really like this guy. I think he's going to stick on the roster. He's fairly athletic for his size. He's got good football IQ. Again, you love when these centers are making the adjustments and not the quarterback. And you could tell he was making the adjustments. He was pointing out blitzers, IDing mics, calling shifts. And again, I think he can play all three, but I think he's going to be a really good center. Obviously, he's not going to be a guy that's going to move guys off the point, but he's going to be a shield blocker on the run, which is good enough, I think, especially with his ability to diagnose blitzes. So that's all we have for the Denver Broncos. This was the Denver Broncos. Nice. Go ahead and leave a like and put down in the comments if you disagree with some of my takes on here. Tomorrow we will be doing the Las Vegas Raiders, and that'll be finishing up the West, and then we'll go to the AFC South to finish up the AFC before jumping over to the NFC side. So appreciate you guys watching. Peace.